Come spend a day with me as a 27-year-old lawyer. Definitely had trouble getting out of bed, but this outfit today, I've got the white shirt and beige pants, total Emily staple. And for breakfast, I always like to go for a cold brew. This is not sponsored, but if La Colombe wants to sponsor me, that would be awesome. I also had overnight oats, which I usually just blend with oats, almond milk, chia seeds, and then I just throw some chocolate chips on top. And also, just I've been trying to eat more fruit lately, so I just like to wash my raspberries as soon as I get them and hopefully get any gunk out of there. But then again, I'm not a food expert, I'm a lawyer, so, I'm really just trying my best. Not sure what I was looking for here at this point. I'm a couple days later doing a voiceover for this, but oh, now I remember. I usually like to put my cold brew in a shot glass because I don't know, I feel like it just adds a little extra sparkle to the day. And for whatever reason, I have a tendency to forget to either wash these because of the fun pain, I don't necessarily like to put it in the dishwasher. But your girl is not good at keeping up with hand washing dishes. I don't know, maybe at some point I'll get better at it, but right now I'm just focused on the law. And I like to put my overnight oats in these funky glasses that my parents had for God knows how long before they moved, because, again, just why not add a little something spunky to my day? And there we go, food is important, and I oftentimes don't necessarily feel like eating much in the morning, but sometimes I just need to remind myself that even just, I don't want to say force feeding myself, but even just having a little bit makes a big difference in how I feel. And I'm about to head to the gym anyways, so I need a little something if I'm going to go spin my heart out. It is raining today, so I'm going with the. I don't know if these are actually fully waterproof. I mean, I feel like my Longchamp bags have always held up in the rain, so switching it up a little from my usual leather situation. And I'm not packing any lunch today because we're having pizza at the office and I'm really excited. But not gonna lie, I mean, I know it sounds so stupid saying it out loud, but sometimes I feel like things get a little messy when I switch purses, and so I've decided to just keep everything in two bags so that way we don't forget anything when switching bags because that often creates a lot of complication for me. All right, heading out. It's about 6:10 right now, and I feel like my morning workouts are just my favorite part of my day. I recently realized that I'm just the type of person who needs to have a good 3 to 4 hours to mentally marinate in the morning. And so I found that starting my day with a morning workout just really allows me to feel more excited getting out of bed because, frankly, I feel like the energy of getting up to do something for yourself versus getting up for the first time to just go immediately to work just carries a very different energy about it. And I just feel like having that time to myself in the morning is just so important for my mental health and overall productivity. I mean, it's not just about my own sanity, but also just being able to really show up as my best self throughout the rest of the day. And yeah, it's pretty rainy, but not gonna let that get me down. I don't know, seeing my pants stained with the rain was pretty funny. And every morning I usually make myself a black coffee once I get to work. I know it's a little psycho, but hey, I'm a lawyer. There are weirder things I could be doing. But not gonna lie, today was a pretty stressful day, and frankly, I just didn't even film as much as I intended to. But sometimes that's just how the cookie crumbles. I mean, creating content on top of trying to, show up as 100% at my day job is definitely has its challenges, but nonetheless, we're powering through, and my colleagues and boss are really supportive of what I'm trying to do here, and so that definitely makes it a lot easier to balance. But I was really locked in for a lot of the day. We even had pizza lunch, didn't even remember to film it, but sometimes it just is what it is, and I'm just trying to give everything I can today. Of course, had to take a break to say hi to my work bestie, and this is colloquially known as the therapy chair, where I often go to just yap. I've been trying to cut back on soda too, so I'm going for an afternoon iced green tea instead of usually grabbing a soda or another coffee, really trying to cut back and manage the caffeine best I can. Like I said, stressful day, feeling tired, sprawled out on the therapy chair because what else would I be doing? And of course, as I got home, drenched in rain again, but I did get a PR package that I'm really excited about. Stay tuned for exciting developments. But yeah, definitely just feeling a little worn, and sometimes I just have to remind myself that the most I can give is my 100%. It was cute and rainy and aesthetic. Definitely just wanted to curl up in a blanket. Anyways, for dinner, I made these taco bowls that I like with quinoa, beyond meat, cabbage, and Also had to sprinkle my favorite taco sauce on top. Love that. Took that from an event that was catered by Bar Taco. But yeah, I think sometimes, just allowing myself to reset. I recently moved out alone, and this has definitely been a big adjustment for me mentally, just being by myself because I'm such an extrovert and I love being around people, that it's definitely a very different energy just being alone, and being okay with being alone has been a big thing that I've been working on. I don't constantly need to be around people, but it's definitely nice to just be able to be self sufficient and not have to rely on other people to feel happy. I also tend to underestimate how messy things get in the apartment and how quickly, and I ask myself, wow, what slop created all this mess? Oh, wait, it was me. It was very much me. Anyways, yeah, stay tuned for the new PR stuff. I'm so excited. But yeah, it's like, okay, why is the rice cooker on the counter? Why has that pot been washed? Who knows? I definitely don't, that's for sure. I also feel like dust just comes out of nowhere. And I'm like, how am I alone creating so much dust around this apartment? Like, genuinely confused. And if you can't tell, I'm having a pretty vivid conversation with the voices in my head, but that's just what happens when you live alone. Definitely didn't accomplish a whole lot with cleaning this evening, but it's a work in progress. And oh yeah, I found this cute koozie from law school back in the day. Pretty funny. I also am glad that it shows correctly, even though I was using my front facing camera to film this. But also, I love these recessed drinks. No, this is not a sponsored ad, just sharing something I like. I've really been going for these adaptogen mocktails lately because I feel like, especially after, an intense day like today, I don't necessarily want to just reach for alcohol. And I usually like to take some time in the evening to just go through some content planning, plan out the rest of my week. I don't know. I just love planning, and I'm obsessed with a paper planner. I don't know. Maybe I will actually throw these in my Amazon storefront. So, if you want some cute household essentials, definitely check it out. Anyways, now I'm heading down to the gym just to go for a walk for a bit on the treadmill because I feel like definitely after a day like today, I just need to allow myself to move around a little. And it's been nice to just have another space to go to, and that way I'm not just going stir crazy in my apartment. But yeah, like I said earlier, just trying to eat more fruit because that's important. I don't know, I feel like it sounds so silly saying out loud, but eating fruit just doesn't really come naturally to me. And so I've been trying to force myself to eat more fiber because fiber maxing is definitely a thing now. And I don't know, I learned a lot of things about colon cancer becoming more common. So definitely trying to prevent chronic illness, if you will. And also the lighting in the background. I've just been really into this mood lighting with the under cabinet lighting. Only discovered that a couple weeks after I moved into this apartment, but better late than never. Anyways, nothing completes a day in the life video quite like a fun little filming blooper. That was pretty tragic. I feel like one of these days my phone is just going to completely shatter after the amount of times I've dropped it. But yeah, winding down after another long day of lawyering, and I feel like the only thing more unhinged and spontaneous than this video is the voiceover that I'm currently doing. Honestly, kind of fun to just ramble, but who knows, would love to hear what you all think. And watching this over, I realized I did actually spend a full 2 minutes brushing my teeth. Wow, look at me adulting. And yes, there is a part of a bed frame in the background. It's a long story, still missing some screws, and that whole thing is a work in progress, just like many other things in my life, frankly. And also, I have no idea who I was talking to in this video. I think I was probably going to do some sort of sound, but nah, we're just sticking with the voiceover. And I'm really getting in there because for whatever reason I've been experiencing some breakouts lately. It's probably due to stress, but I'm just doing what I can to mitigate it. And also admiring the golf sunburn that I got a week ago at TPC. I met Tom Brady, and it was well worth it. Totally would do it again. So, usually after a long day, the last thing I want to do is do any sort of skincare routine, and lately I've just been kind of skipping out entirely on it at night, which is definitely not good. I mean, I just remind myself that self care is king, and it's not okay to just let these things go by the wayside just because things get a little intense. And not for nothing, I mean, we deserve to take care of ourselves when things are feeling not so peachy, too. Like, it's easy to keep up with everything when life is going swimmingly, but especially in these periods, I mean, I'm just kind of in a grind season right now, and a lot of things have just kind of happened lately that have been really testing me, and I still deserve to take care of myself, even through a challenging season. I mean, not just when things are going well. But if you've made it this far in the video, I would love to hear it in the comments. This is my first long form day in the life video. I did a shorter one on TikTok, but kind of experimenting with this whole YouTube thing. I mean, I don't know myself how I really feel about lifestyle content. It's definitely, mixed feelings on my end. And I definitely swear by my skincare routine, so feel free to check out my Amazon storefront if anything is of interest. Definitely love all of it. I mean, otherwise I wouldn't be spending my hard-earned money on it, you know? So thanks for watching. Don't forget to follow me on Instagram and TikTok for up-to-date dark humor, and hopefully I'll see you next week here on YouTube. So sleep tight and don't let opposing counsel bite.